Say hello to everybody. Say hello. Hey, everybody. Give me a thumbs up, wave hello. Say something, let me know you can hear me and you can see me. Miss Mia decided to come visit for a little bit. She's been a little mean tonight, I'm telling you. She's rotten. Hi, Stephen. Hi, Arlene. Hi, Tom. I'm going to give you away, okay? We're going to auction you off tonight. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Diane. She's my baby, Arlene. She doesn't let nobody get near me when she's around. And that includes Dennis. He can't even sit next to me. She won't allow it. Hi, Katia. She's been chewing her tail. She got groomed. And if I don't pay attention to her 24/7, after she gets groomed, she chews the fur right out of her tail. The whole backside of her tail is bare. That's what she did in class today. Hi, Harala. What? I love you, baby doll. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Learn something new every day. Cute. Okay, Boodlebugs, you got to get down. You gotta go. You gotta go sit in Daddy's lap. Are you gonna go sit in Daddy's lap? No? Hi, Fred. She doesn't seem to want to go sit in Daddy's lap. Mommy's is too comfortable, I guess. Rotten. You gotta go spend some time with your daddy. Your mommy kisses. Mommy kisses. No, no kisses. Oh, you're so mad. You're so mad. I'm just gonna cry now, aren't you? She can stay. Hi, Jeremy. There, I'll give you a back scratch and then you can get on the way to go see Daddy, okay? All right, that's my girl. All right, go see Daddy. All right. Yeah, she had to get some lovin's before she left. Hi, Mary Jane. You're going to keep her, Pam? She's rotten. She can help with the class. Oh, no. You don't tap with her in your lap. You know what she does? She licks your thread and eats your shuttles. I've tried that. She doesn't allow it. I'll be tatting and she'll take her paw and push my tatting out of the way. She's a formidable foe, let me tell you. And smart. Oh, gosh, she is smart. Hi, Marie. That's just one of them. The other one's in the other room. They're both the same breed. It's just Asia's got Cushing's. She weighs about 55 pounds now. So she eats everything coming and going. You can't get her full. And it's the disease. And she's lost so much of her hair stopped growing. Yeah. No, you're not going to listen to her whining. She isn't whining yet. We're not going to convince her to do it either. What she does is after she eats, she's got this toy shoe that she puts in her mouth and she walks around the house whining. And it's because she wants you to hold her so that she can walk up and down your legs and scratch your legs. She's weird. That's a good tip, Katia. Thanks. Yeah, it's funny. Mia, she'll go after a Rottweiler, but let a kitten walk up to her, she runs from it. No, she's not whining. You might hear Asia. She's been doing a lot of that today. I think the weather change, she's starting to hurt a little bit. She doesn't get around real good anyway, but when the weather changes, it's like it really bothers her. Yeah, cats love thread. And they like balls of thread. And they like to make a tangled mess out of them balls of thread. I'm allergic to cats. I think they're gorgeous, but I'm allergic to them. I get around cats, my eyes get really big. Well, remember earlier today I was telling you guys Murphy lived with me? Well, Dennis went up and got propane filled, brought it home. Mind you, we used the stove before he went to go get the propane. So keep that thought in mind. Comes home, he puts the canisters in their spots that they go, straps them in, hooks them up. I turn on the stove and watch the flame go out. So he goes out there and he plays with it some more. And guess what? Turn it on and we watch the flame go out. 3 hours. All I wanted to do was cook supper. So we ended up with Wendy's and supper's in the refrigerator because he's got to take the tanks out and take them up to the propane shop, see what's wrong with the tanks. So yeah, red lit, Murphy, can't get rid of him. What more can you say? That is surprisingly. Hi, Barb. It was a really fantastic class this morning, Barb. Tonight's going to be fun. We're going to have an adventure tonight. All right. We got about 6 more minutes before class actually goes live, or is actually a class. We have 13 likes, 16 students. Okay. Who in the world is not liking my videos? Murphy was an optimist. No, he's a pessimist. Hi, Joy. I like that. Mia's not an inspector, Tom. She wants to knock it out of my hand. She'd rather I use that time to pet her. I like this. So she makes your mistakes. Hi, Joanne. I know you did. Hi, Teresa. Is it any warmer? We're supposed to get storms. The last batch of storms that came through, a tornado hit just right up from us, and it's where we do all of our shopping and stuff. So it tore up a subdivision, and we got more storms coming in tonight and through tomorrow. Ah, well, I was hoping it'd be warmer, Teresa. I was hoping. I'll trade you your coat for my tornadoes. The lady that runs the campground, you'll see her go over that morning or whatever day we're supposed to get storms, and she unlocks the shelter so that if something happens, we can get in the shelter. I know it's supposed to be something bad. Houston was hit just a little bit ago, and that's where we were at this time last year, was in Houston, and right where the tornado hit. It was not fun. Although, if it took out their interstate system without hurting anybody, I don't want nobody hurt, but if it took out their interstate system, I can say it would absolutely be a plus because their interstate system is a joke. It's like it tells you to get all the way over in the left lane, and then all of a sudden you got to go to the right lane and get off. And it's like 8 lanes between you and that right lane. So, yeah, they need to work on the interstate system. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. It's strange. I mean, there's tornadoes coming through in places that never saw a tornado. And in January, no less. I mean, it's crazy. Mother Nature's really got a problem. I think she needs to seek some mental health. I'm serious because she's got a problem. She's either really, really mad or really, really upset. Yeah, I mean, stay safe. Hi, Janella. Yeah, anybody in the path of that storm coming through, please stay safe. Yeah, you may get a little bit more than a little snow. Up where you're at, Harold, are you and Pam? There's a guy, and he has a YouTube channel, and it's called Ryan Hall Y'all. And he stays on top of it. He's got people that are storm chasers, and they chase all storms, hurricanes, tornadoes, blizzards, all of it. And he just keeps feeding information out, and he's right on top of everything that's going on, and so are his chasers. And he's down there in Mayfield, right below Mayfield, Kentucky. So, yeah, he started off back when COVID hit out of his a spare room in his house. He now has his own house for his YouTube channel. He has over 1 million viewers on his YouTube channel. But he's dead on. He's on point. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Lingo. Kathleen, I should say. Hi, Crafting. You watch Ron Hall? I do too. I love him to death. Yeah, he is. And did you see when they was all out chasing the tornadoes that came through the Midwest here not too long ago? And a couple of them, I mean, they got really, really close to some of them big boys. Hi, Deborah. We watch him all the time, and because he forecasts for the whole country. So, yeah. Yeah, I know. No blizzards, or you just got earthquakes. You know, my house gets shook enough just when we drive down the road. Hi, Carol. All right, it's 8 o'clock, folks. Let's get this thing going. Hey, Kaylin. All right. I don't have to answer what? Oh, okay. Anyway, we're going to get started on what I sent out an email, gave you all the link, and told you what we were doing. Now, you remember I showed you earlier today, we had one of these that was complete and one that wasn't. Well, they're both done now. Yeah, I know, Janella. We were in Georgia when it got hit. I have friends that were there, and I haven't heard if they are safe or not to this day. They're missing. So, yeah, it's scary. Okay. Anyway, back to class. Let's get on happier things, because tomorrow is going to be a day that everybody needs to get on hands and knees and pray that everybody's safe. I'm being honest now. We don't want no harm to come to anyone, and especially not our tatters. I mean, we could probably tat ourselves out of any situation, but I want everybody to be safe. Please be safe. This thing is nothing to mess with. This weather patterns that we're having are nothing to mess with. There's people either freezing to death, or they're being washed away by floods, or they're being ripped apart by tornadoes, hurricanes, and anything else Mother Nature can throw at us. So let's keep everybody in thought and mind, and everybody stay safe. If you feel you need to go to a shelter, go to that shelter. There's nothing in your home that can't be replaced but you. Remember that. So let's get on with the fun now, all right? Now, our pattern, the beginner round robin, looks like this. Okay, when it's complete. It's like an octagon. Is it octagon? Hexagon? Something like that. It's got 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. Okay. And we're going to add on to this next round as a group. All right. And what we're going to do with this pattern, once it's done, it's going to be the header for the class website. It's going to be the background for the YouTube site. It's going to be the background for the Facebook group. And it's going to have everybody's name on it, because you all participated in putting it together. Thank you, Natalie. I knew it was some kind of a gone. I just couldn't think which one. So, with that said, and speaking of Natalie, my cards came, and that my mail caught up with me finally. All right? And we're going to pick out some cards to use on this next round. And then we're going to create techniques to use with what the cards say. All right, so let me go into the down shot so everybody can have a good look at these. She's a math teacher. Awesome. You can do the calculations. All right, let's get into that down shot so that we can see all the little goodies we got. Okay, so here we go. Here is what the cards look like when you get them. They're in this nice little box with a plastic wrapper. Now, this box is not a normal deck of cards. It's not 52 cards, okay? But what it is a box full of fun, all right? I have been looking at them, and she's got directions on how to play the game, Tat Your Own Adventure. She's got the poker hand rankings and so forth. And she even gives you insight on what all these little doodads on these cards mean. Now, we're going to go over the how to play first. Then I'm going to explain how these cards are going to work with this pattern. Pam is going to be taking notes on the stitch counts, on what we're doing, what element we're using, and so forth. And then everybody will have that pattern copy sent out to them in an email, okay, the additionals. And once you get it, All you're going to get is the technique, okay? You're going to get the stitch counts, and you got to work it in around here. You're going to do the work of round 3, and you've got to make sure that once you complete your work, it lays flat. So yes, it's a challenge. You can do it. Have faith and believe in yourself. If you can get to this point, you can do this. All right? So let's see what this little game thing here. It says, use your poker hand to create a tatting creation. You may repeat each card as many times as you like in your creation. Cards may be interpreted in multiple ways. For example, the 15 card for a 5 picot ring that's pictured below. Right here. Can y'all see that? She's got the rings up here. It's got 5 picots and the 15. Okay. Could mean 15 stitches followed by a picot and repeat it until the ring has 5 picots. Or it could mean a ring of 15 stitches with 5 picots spread throughout, or a ring with 5 picots and a multiple of 15 stitches. Okay? 7 and 9 may be flipped over to double as a 2 and a 6 for stitch counts if desired. Okay? You may pick any stitch count you wish for the number 1 card, and you may join anywhere you wish, and joins are free. But you can count as a picot if needed. So if you have a join, which we do, several joins, we can count those as a picot. So if the card says we got to have 5 picots, we can have 5 joins. Okay? So, here we go. You may join anywhere, but a join can count as a picot if needed. Self-closing mock rings may count as rings or chains as needed. You do not have to use all the cards in your creation, but most of all, have fun and happy creating. Okay? Now, this poker hand, it gives you the instructions of what an actual poker hand looks like. I don't play poker, so it's all Greek to me. But when you get your cards, you can read over this, and it'll tell you. The way we're going to use the cards is we're going to shuffle them up, and you all are going to tell me how many cards we're going to draw. Okay? So, while I'm shuffling, everybody get your heads together, and we get 5 numbers. Hi, Tasneem. Hi, Mavis. Karen. Awesome. Great group tonight. All right. Karen says 3. Okay. So we're going to draw 3 cards. Right? 1, 2, 3. 5 or 7. Okay. So we'll go 5 or 7. Now slow down. We got 3 down here. 4, 5. Now we're going to do 6 and 7. All right. Carol says 3. Arlene says 3. Deborah says 5. We've already got 5. Okay. You've said Crafting Memories says 5. We've got 5 on the table. 2. All right. We'll add another 2. You see how we're going here? The numbers you call out, I just keep adding to the stack. Because some of these we can duplicate in different elements. Jeremy says 5. Marie says 3. I've got 3 and 5 both. We've got 2, 3, 5, and 7. Pam, let me know when everybody's picked a number. We got a 1. Okay, there's a 1. Got a 2, got a 3. Those has already been picked. We got a 5 already. We got 2 already. Who'd ever thought we've been playing poker? 3. How many cards in the deck? Again, joke. I have no idea. I didn't count them. 4. Okay, that's a new one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think that's everybody, isn't it? We got 5. We got 4. You can only call out one number, though. One time. Has everybody called a number? We already got 5. 9, 8. Hold on, hold on. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 72 cards. Well, the way we're doing it, we might need them all. All right, now we've got all our numbers. Now, how many of you all have tatted a pattern and each round had clovers, had rings, split rings, chains, all kinds of stuff in there? Well, when we start flipping these cards over, we're going to find out what we're putting in it. Too late, Pam. We already got a 6, I think. Yeah, it feels like half the deck. But the trick of it is, if we get 3 rings, we can use those 3 rings in our clovers. Some of these are duplicated. Do you see you see where I'm coming from? Everybody understand where I'm coming from? Now let's watch what happens. We've got a ring that has 11 stitches and 5 picots. Now that could be, according to the rules, a self-closing mock ring, or it could be a chain, either way. All right, we got a ring that is either 9 or a 6 with the 5 picots. That's 2 rings. Oh, we got to add a technique and draw again. So that's a wash. All right, so we drew again. There's a 6 chain or a 9 chain. Oh, we've got another 9 chain. With 3 picots, this one has 5. Got another chain, 5 stitches, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 double stitches. Another chain. Another chain. Lord, this thing's going to be full of chains, isn't it? Here's another chain. Is there no rings in this? Oh, we got a ring. We got a ring. Here we go. We got a 15. We got another ring. And another. Another. Here we go. We're working it out. Add a technique and draw again. So we're going to push this together. You see these added techniques? This is where our techniques come in. Okay? Another chain. 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 Whoop, we got a ring. A chain. A chain. A chain. A chain. A chain. We got lots of chains. A chain. A chain. And the last card is a chain. We got 2 techniques that we can pick from on the chains. Okay. Now, our chains can be split ring, self-closing mock rings. So that gives us another ring. Okay. Now, let's see how many of these chains are duplicated. Okay, so we've got 2 techniques that we have to pick. All right, we got 11. We got 2 or a 7. What do you want? 2 or a 7 for this, guys? Yeah, I should have, but oh well. Live and learn. Yeah, I shuffled as best I could. So do we want this as a 2 or a 7? I say let's do this as a 7. What do you think, guys? Ah, Kathleen wants a 2. Ring of Fire chain gang. 7. We got a 7. We got 2 2s. Arlene, you're outbid by 2. 3. 7. All right, we got 2 on the 7. We got a lot of 2s coming. We got 3 on 7. 4 on 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got, well, we're 7s are overrunning 2s, folks. Up, Jeremy's saying 2. But 7's still ahead. Yep, looks like it's going to be a 7. Tom says 7. All right. All right, we'll call it a 7. All right, so that's a 7. We're going to lay that 7 over there. And we got a 15 on the chain. All right, we got a 3. Running out of desk space here. We'll get it. And a 5, a 13. Do we have any 13s on the table? No, but we got another 5, another 11, another 11, a 13, a 5, a 13. 1s are whatever you can pick. Okay, so we've got a 7 again. So we'll use this 7 as a 2. Okay, so let's look at the 1 is a free shot. These 2 chains. All right, they're different. Every one of them is different. You see, the picot counts are different. So all 3 of these go in the pile. And this 7, it's the only other 7. So we got a 7 and a 2. Only 3 we've got on this stack of chains. But we got these here. So let's see. We got 3, 3, another 11, another 5, and then the 9s. Those are rings. Those down there. All right, we got 1, 15. That goes in the pile. Let's look at these 3s. Are they alike? 1 picot on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that one. We've got 7 picots on that one. Have to keep them. You'll see what I'm doing once we get through with going through all these. Now, same deal on the 11s. All the picot counts are different. Pam, I want you to get your paper and pen ready. Okay? Because once we get the chains done, then I'm going to give you everything. Okay? Now we've got 9s that can be 9s or 6s. I say we do this one 6. We'll do this one a 9. Okay? And we'll do this one as a 6. Okay? So we'll do that as a 9 and these 2 as 6s. Now we got 5s, 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 5s. All right, we got a 1, a 3, a 5, and a 7 picot. Okay. You ready, Pam? Our chains that we will be using. You ready? Now, you all can use these chains anywhere in any way you want. What I have pulled from this deck is everything we can use throughout the pattern. And we can use it many different ways. All right? So we have a chain that has 5 with 7 picots. And what I'm thinking is 5 double stitches separated by a picot. Okay, so you'd be 5 picot, 5 picot, 5 picot, 5, and so forth. So between all these picots would be 5 double stitches. Okay? So you got that wrote down, Pam? Let me know when you have. You can do as many as you want, as little as you want. Okay? There is nothing set in stone. You can use these cards any way you want. I want to see how different everybody's patterns are. Okay? And then I'm going to work on my sample as well. All right? Then we are going to put all the samples, not including mine, up on the group. And we're going to vote. For those of you who do not have Facebook, we're also going to have it up on the website, so everybody can make a vote. And then that's the final product that goes up on the website. All right? So you got this one, Pam. You got it wrote down. The next one, we've got 1 picot, 1 lonely picot. So I say 5 picot 5 on that chain. Okay? Now, the first chain, because it's so many picots and it's such a long chain, why don't we make this a self-closing mock ring? So put self-closing mock ring beside the first one, Pam. So SCMR. No, you don't have to use every card, but you have to use them. Use these cards for your rounds. Okay? We only have 2 techniques that we have to add, and it can't be the norm. You can't say, oh, it's a ring and a chain. No, 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 no. You have to challenge yourself. A clover. How about a square ring? Ha ha! Guess y'all didn't know there was such thing as square rings. All right, so there you go. This 5 with the 7 picots is going to be a self-closing mock ring. This one is just a standard chain, 5 picot 5. Okay, this one here, we've got 5 picots. I'm seeing this here as 5 picots separated by 1 double stitch. Awesome. And Pam will be sending you the list as we go through all this of what you have options to use. Okay? So, Pam, this number 5 is 1 double stitch separated by a picot 5 times. Okay? And it's just going to be a regular chain. Oh, we've got another one. Now this one's going to be 3 picots separated by 5. All right? So that takes care of the 5s. Let me know if you got it all, Pam, before we move on. Say hello to the family for us, Ann. Exactly. Exactly, Teresa. Exactly. Okay, now we've got a chain that has 5 picots and the number 6. This is a 6, not a 9. This one's going to be a 9. I think that one's the 9. These two are 6s. Yeah, okay. This one here, I'm thinking this would make a nice little onion ring because it's a chain after all. So this will be the outer band of an onion ring. stitches because it's a chain that goes around the outer edge of a ring. All right, so this is 6 double stitches. Or wait a minute, let's do this. We've got 6 picots. 2, 4, 6. All right, we're going to do 2 double stitches. A picot, 2 double stitches. So it would be 6 picots separated by 2 double stitches. And it's got to be used as an onion ring. How's that sound? Thank you, Tesneem. So did you get this one, Pam? Okay, so I seen an extra picot. It's 5 picots, folks. I counted 6. Why? I don't know. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we've got 6. 2, 4, 6. 2. Yeah, that's where I got it screwed up. It is 5 picots, and each 2 double stitches between each picot, starting and ending with 2 double stitches. So it'd be 6 picots separated by 2, just like I said. But thank you for correcting me. That's the stitch count, Tasneem. The stitch count is the number. 1 picot to girl on. You are so hilarious. I love you to death. All right, you got that one, Pam. It is 5 picots, but you say 2, 4, 6 on this side. There's 6 double stitches. 2, 4, 6 on this side. That's 6 double stitches on this side. And they're all separated by picots. Do you got what I'm saying? So it would be 2 picot, 2 picot, 2 picot, 2 picot, 2 picot, 2 picot. And so on. You know what I'm saying? It's 2 double stitches between each picot. This next one, and it has to be used as an onion ring. We got that, right? Or is that the second? Yeah. Has to be used as an onion ring. Thank you, Katia. You can tell I'm exhausted. It has been a long day. Trust me, it has been a long day. All right, we've got 7 picots on this one. Now, that could make for a long chain. So what I'm thinking, we're going to convert this into a self-closing mock ring, and it's going to be the center ring of a clover. Okay? And your stitch counts will be 3 double stitches between each of the picots, okay? And 3 to start, 3 to end. So it will say 7 picots separated by 3 double stitches. Right, outer row of the onion ring. See, we're not going to get much tatting done. We're setting the pattern, okay? And we're going to work on this every week for the next 6 weeks and see what we come up with. All right? So you got that one, Pam? We're doing just chains. Just chains, people, chains. Okay, this one we can do 3 picots separated by 6. Just chain. That's it. Now we're getting into the 11s and the 15s. Here, I'm going to put the 11s down. Let's do the 3s first. We got several 3s. And we got a 15, a 7, And these are all 13s. And this is going to be a 2. All right, let's do the 2 first. All right, this is 3 double stitches separated by 2. Yeah, you can do Victorian sets, but you got to make sure you get them picots in. And you can use these chains anywhere you want to. Okay? You can use these chains and you can do a Josephine chain. Don't forget about Josephine chains. And yes, you can put picots on Josephine chains if you're careful so you don't lose them. Okay? You got that one, Pam? 3 picots separated by 2. Just a regular chain. Okay. How about a node stitch chain for this one? It'd be 3 picot 3 node stitch chain. For those of you that do not know how to do the node stitch chain, don't worry about it. You don't have to do it. You can convert this chain into whatever you want to convert it into. Okay? And we have 5 picots. You're confused? We're working on chains, Karen. And we're going to pick chains out of the chain category. We've got zigzag chains, we've got node stitch chains, we've got folded chains that we can use, inverted picots, inverted tatted chains. I mean, we got so many different chains we can use. Josephine chains, spiral knot chains. We can even do the, oh Lord, it just slipped right out of my head. Daisy picot chain. Yeah, there is a lot of chains, and I've got several that just, they're up there, they're not coming out. There will be Sue. Can you go over in your class with them about the different chains that they can make? Yeah, block chain. I'll call you later. We'll go over it later together. All right, so this one's 5 picots, and we got 3 double stitches. So it's 3 double stitches. Okay. We're going to do 5 picots separated by 3 double stitches. And you can use that chain any way you want to. Okay. This one is 7 picots. I'm thinking here. Anybody got any ideas? Lock chain? Yeah, that's a good one, Carola. We'll make this in a lock chain. All right. Like I said, we will have documentation up on this. I will dig it out of the archives and I will get it up. So don't fret. Give me time. Pam's going to give me the list. I'm going to make sure I have stuff up for these techniques. All right. Now, this one is a 7. And we have 5 picots. Now, chains don't have to be even. So you could do 4 double stitches, 3 double stitches, okay, and then put the 3 picots together, okay. You know, or you could stagger your picots, do 7 double stitches, stagger the heights, of your picots, and then 7 double stitches. So this will be 5 picot on a 7 count chain. So you can use that 7 count any way you want. Okay? Like I said, you can do 7 double stitches and then back to back. I know there is a double stitch between your picots, but we're not going to count those as part of our 7. All right? We're going to count 7 and 7 and then 5 staggered height picots. Right. That's what I say. Rick Rack chain. Thank you. Thank you, Katia. You was brainwaving me. All right. So we also have 11 count cards. Now, I am not one that likes to mess with long chains on a dolly. These chains are more inclined for working with jewelry pieces and stuff. But if you all want to use them, Pam is going to write down the picot and the stitch count. You can use them in your work if you want to. It is not a requirement, but you can use it. The first one is 3 picots, 11 stitches. I don't care how you cut them up. All right. The next one is 11 stitches, 1 picot. The next one is 11 stitches, 5 picots. The next one is 11 stitches, 7 picots. So we got all the 11s out of there. Now we have 13s. We got all the 13s. In fact, we got 2. Well, we got a 1 here. That one's different. We've got 13 stitches, 1 picot. 13 stitches, 7 picots. 13 stitches, 3 picots. Then we've got 15 stitches and 3 picots. Now that could be 15, it could be 5 picot, 5 picot, 5 picot, 5. Okay, you can do that if you want. I'm not forcing you to do that. And the ones, what'd you say on the ones, Natalie? They could do, that's their choice, correct? Let's see. Okay, you can pick any stitch count on the 1 card. Okay? Any stitch count. But it's got 3 picots. So Pam, for this one, you can use any stitch count, but you have to have the 3 picots. And you put 1, any stitch count, 3 picots. All right, got that. Now, we got all kinds of rings going on here. We've got a 6, 11, 15, a 7, a 3, a 3, a 6, and a 15. Well, might as well just conquer the bad boys and get them over with. We have a 15 ring with 3 picots. Right. All numbers are a multiple of 1. Okay. Next, you have 15 with 7 picots. This is a ring. Pam, make sure you got an R beside the rings. Okay. Our next number is 11. And we've got 5 picots on that ring. Now we've got a 6 and we got a 9. All right, we're going to do the 9 with 5 picots. 9 stitches, 5 picots. On the 6, we're going to do 3 picots. Okay? And we're going to use this as a 7. Okay? So we've got a 7 with 1 picot. We're at the 3s. We have a 3 with 3 picots, and we have a 3 with 1 picot. And that is all the numbered cards. And that's all the chains and the rings that you can use. Okay, your stitch counts and your rings that you can use. All right, now we have 2 add-a techniques. Okay, I am going to challenge every one of you with the blipless join. That's one technique. I don't want to see any blips of color on the patterns. All right. The second technique. I want to see a round with 1 round of the pattern. Okay. Any round you want. I want it to have on each quadrant, and a quadrant is this of the hexagon, from here to here, okay? See where we've joined? And we've joined here. Any quadrant that comes out from that needs to have at least 1 split ring. Okay? So you're going to do at least 1 split ring on every quadrant. So you've got to work that in to your pattern. A blipless join, there is a video up on the channel that shows you how to do the blipless join. And I do it very, very slow, but what it will show you is how you do not get your color blips on the back of your work. Let me see if I've got something here that will show you what I'm talking about. This is my little bag of goodies. Yeah, right here. This is some of my first work. If you will look right here, you'll see the color coming through. A blipless join will stop that. Okay, you don't see the color. Yeah, you can use dimpled rings. Yeah, Catherine wheel join is another name for the blipless join. Here's another spot. See, if I used the blipless join, I wouldn't have had the color blip. This is one of the first things I'd ever done. This was my beginner doily I did myself. Okay, it's got all kinds of techniques and messes and mishaps in it. No, there's not a pattern for it. So, there you go. That is your pattern works, okay? That's what you're going to use in your pattern. Now, let me get a couple of things here and show you. Different things you can do. All right, these are little snowflakes that I worked on 150 years ago, okay? And it gives you ideas. Now, I'm going to show you something that you can utilize. This is just a doily. It is a basic pattern. It came out of one of the antique pattern library books. And it's a simple ring and chain pattern. But the color choice that I used makes it look like it's 2 different patterns. All right. You can do that with this doily project, okay, to give it a different appearance. You can take rings and chains and you can turn them, you can twist them, you can flip them, you can do whatever. You put clovers in. You see, you can do a lot. This is a square pattern, just little squares, and it's a doily. But look at the outcome. Can you see it looks like a bunch of rings? Okay, so you can utilize all this stuff that we have given you, and you can make little patterns of it. Play with it. Now, this one here, this I believe is one of Robin Perfetti's, if I'm not mistaken. And these here are rings, but they're turned on their side to give the illusion of a split ring. It's not a split ring. But as you can see, it's different. By adding staggered picots, it gives a different look. So you can do a lot with what you half, okay? And you can make anything out of that that you want to make. Just remember, as you're going out on each round here, the bigger you get, the more techniques and the more tools you're going to have to pull out of your toolbox to get your pattern to not come into itself. You've got to make sure your stitch counts are good and that it lays flat. Okay, now you're going to get some cupping. This is not blocked. Okay, you will get some cupping. Don't worry about it. That's natural. I've got, where are you at? I was working on this just to have something to do when we was traveling. This thing here, this is Mary Connor's Magic Square. This thing here, I mean, it looked like it was all just bunched up, okay? Then after I blocked it, everything laid flat, okay? It's going to do that, all right? Expect it. But you don't want it really humping into itself or coming up like this. You don't want that. That means you ain't got enough stitches. So what I would do, word of advice, and Sue, correct me if I'm wrong, as you step out, use your larger counts to give yourself ample enough stitches to work the piece. Okay, because if you don't have enough give with your stitches, it's gonna do the creepy crawly. We don't want it to creepy crawly. Right, you could get a little ruffling. All right, so is everybody up to snuff on what you have to do? Now, I don't want you taxing your brains. I don't want you taxing yourself. I don't want you to get frustrated with tatting. If something is not working, abandon it. Find something else. And another piece of advice, this comes from Harala. As you all know, she's the shade tree designer. Harala says, when you're designing, make sure each round you cut and tie. That way, once you get that round right, leave it alone. You can move on. But if it's wrong, you're only cutting out the one round. You're not cutting the whole piece and having to start from square one. Right, larger counts, double the elements. Size of thread I'm using, Marianne, is a size 20. Yeah, you're going to be in a fog for some time. Let me switch to the upshot here. Okay, you're going to be confused. Expect it. Don't get disheartened. You're going to be afraid to try something. Don't be afraid to try anything. All it is thread. Okay? All it is thread. It's not rocket science. The hardest part is getting your counts right, getting your elements right. I want you to grab your toolbox of tatting knowledge. If you don't know it, go to our website. We have plenty of written documentation that will help you. We have videos. I have got videos on all kinds of techniques you can use. Right, you need to watch that tension. But as you're working it, don't really try for a heavy-duty tension there. Work it with a softer tension. And then increase your tension a little more. Start playing. Because in these early stages is where you're going to learn where your mistakes are. in general tatting altogether. You have stitch counts. Everybody says, oh, I have a problem. I can't put one and one together. Okay, you want to make a clover, right? Somebody suggested a clover. I forget who it was. All right, so let me see. Here we go. We've got an 11 count. It's got 5 picots. Okay? Right. The formula is to follow and direction. All right. You got 5 picots. You got 11 stitches here. Out of these 11 stitches, you've got to work these 5 picots in. For me, I would make a high number my center focal piece of my clover. Then I would come back with something like a 6 with 3 picots, one being a joining picot. So you would join the 6 to the 11. Then on the other side, you join the 6 to the 11. You see what I'm saying? So you can take and play with these counts. Then you grab you a chain. Now, mind you, if you are using a clover, you want something with a pretty good amount of count on your chains, because you don't want the clover sitting right down on top of what you're working on. You don't want that clover being right on top of this pretty little ring right here. You want it to come out away from it. So why not pick something like a 15 with 7 picot chain and take that chain up, okay? Arc it up and put your little picots along that chain. You could use those picots to join that chain together on both sides and come up with a straight line. But take that clover away from that round so it stands on its own. Does that make sense to you? You want your creativity to shine. Right. You're so right, Teresa. So right. Exactly. Keep that tension even. That is the key. Keep it even. And the more you tax yourself with these techniques, and all it is ring and chains. If you get down to brass tacks, it's rings and chains. That's all it is. Rings and chains. Remember that. It's how you manipulate those rings and chains to make it beautiful. Arlene's got it. Open space gives you the lace. Loosen your tension. Susan, just loosen your tension. If you've got the death grip on your thread, your tension is too tight. If your thread makes marks on your finger across here, your tension is way too tight. You're going to create enough marks down here on your pinky finger to try to hold that tension. You don't want to mark this up. Yeah, that's another thought, Katia. You could be closing your ring and you might be pulling it too tight. And there is that happy medium. And if rings are your issue, if you are pulling them too tight, why don't you tat up a chain of rings? Leave some bare space thread, between them. Okay? Now, some of these chains that we've got, you could make bare space with them. And you could also have picots on that bare thread space. Because what you do is you'd leave your bare thread space, put in a double stitch, a picot, a double stitch, and a bare thread space. And it can be done. Because 1/2 of that double stitch would be a lock stitch. And that would lock the work in place. See? Right. So are we ready for the adventure? Now, by the end of this week, I want one section from the join here to the join here. This is a quadrant, okay? And we are going to start right here. And I want you guys to tell me what this round is going to consist of. What elements have you chosen, and what are those stitch counts for this first round? Now, your elements are a clover, a single ring, it could be a single chain, it could be an onion ring. That's your elements. Elements are the formation. This ring here is an element. This whole center is an element too. So you could say you want right here at the top this little floral piece here at the top of that. That's your element. Sue will explain to you all about elements. All right? Like I said, I'm not a designer, but everything I want for personal use, I make myself. I think it up in my head, and I play with my thread until I get it right. The bracelets you all have seen me wear, the earrings you've seen me wear, except for the ones that were patterns that I purchased. Those that I made on my own are my own design. All right, Kaylin's ready. Okay, now, once this is done, we all know that it's going to be the backdrop to all of the class material sites, okay? However, when we vote on the final product that we will be using, that person will win a prize. So do your best, okay? And it doesn't matter if there's mistakes, because mistakes too can be design elements. All right? There's no mistakes in tatting unless you want it to be a mistake. Look at it as a learning curve. Okay? A learning situation. Look at it as, wait a minute, that works. It could be a new technique that's never been done before. So see, you can learn a lot by trying. All right? So don't look at your mistakes. We're not looking for mistakes. We're looking for creativity. And with creativity does come mistakes. Don't ever doubt it. But the final product will be the most beautiful thing you ever laid your eyes on because you created it. And a bonus is, guess what? You could win a prize. Your name will go in a hat with all the other designers, all the other designs, and you could be the winner. You never know. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but Pam can vouch for you. Pretty hefty gifts. Exactly, Stephen. So, any questions? Pam will get you that printout to you. If something happens, she can't get it in the next day or so, don't fret. She will get it to you. When she gets it to you, you all get together and you can say, okay, I'm thinking we're going to do this. Well, what do you think? And you know that little Facebook group that we have? You do know that you can chat on that Facebook group amongst each other, and you can discuss what you want me to do with this pattern and come to a consensus. All right? Yeah, I look at the Facebook group only if my name is tagged. Okay? Pam handles Facebook group. If she feels that it's something I need to know about, she will contact me and she will say, you need to go there and take care of it. And I do. Okay? I mean, she's my right-hand girl. I'm just going to say it like it is. Use what works for you, Sigrid. There is no set size on your thread. Okay. There is a lot of tatting patterns that have been written with pearl cotton. Okay. I don't know how many of you all were in the class when we did the rose brooch by Linda Davies. Well, that was done with size 12 pearl cotton. Pam's getting the list together, Sue, so that everybody knows what we've got to work with. If it's a ring, you've got to do a ring. There's only a few of the cards that I specifically said what they had to be. Now, how you use those cards is up to you, but that's your playing hands, okay? And those are all the numbers you can use for this doily. We cannot go back into the deck, folks. We're not going back into the deck and dig out more cards. No, we're not. We're going to use exactly what we're given. We're not going to be greedy, okay? Now, I want to thank Natalie for the cards. I want to thank her for inspiring tatters with the cards. And I want to thank her for allowing us to use them for this project. So make sure you share it. She's watching everything we do. If you've got a problem, and take a picture if you say, okay, I'm working on this section and it's just not fitting right. Can somebody help me? Post it in the group. There is so much knowledge in that group. So much knowledge, and they are all willing to help you through your struggles. Don't think for a second they're not. Okay? Exactly, Mavis. You don't have to use size 80. Thank you, Ruth. Yep. So, with that, are there any questions before I end the class? I can't wait either. I can't. No, don't use 80 to design. You're asking for torture if you use size 80 to design with. Always use a cheap thread, okay? Something that, yeah, it don't tat up all that great, but it'll give you the result you need. Exactly, Harola. Exactly. So, any questions? Now, for those of you that are just popping in to see the video or see the class, you're more than welcome to enroll in the class. You can get in on some of the perks that the enrolled students get in on. And if you hit subscribe, that notification bell, and give me a thumbs up, it helps our algorithm with YouTube. It gives us better quality commercials, and it helps our channel grow. So if you could do that, I would greatly appreciate it. If you find that this is helpful to you, please, if you feel you can afford to, donate with super thanks or super chat, and it helps the channel grow, as well as it gets the website paid for, the equipment bought that we need to put this on for you. So without further ado, thank you all for being participants in this adventure and in this project. And those of you that are not subscribed and they are not enrolled, please do enroll. We'd love to see what you do with the cards. All right? So until next time, I wish you all a wonderful week and a wonderful weekend. Y'all stay safe if you're in a line of them storms coming through. And I will see you not next Tuesday, it'll be the Tuesday after, because next Tuesday I have a doctor's appointment. I will not be around for class. So I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Happy tatting, everyone. Have a wonderful week. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye.